All right, yesterday in reading, you read The Creature Constitution on Raz Kids. And so today we are going to do a little comprehension work with that story. So in that story, you were reading about how the creatures got together to create their first constitution. And in that story, a problem arises, which is what we're going to talk about today in our comprehension work. Before we do that, we need to talk a little bit about what problem and solution are. So I am going to flip this around. I'm going to be doing a lot of flipping today, just so you know, so that we can work together, okay? So let me flip this. All right, so here is a chart that I found on problem and solution. I don't have anywhere to make all of this, so I'm going to have to use oh goodness. Here we go. All right, we're back. Can't lean too hard on that. All right, so problem and solution. All right, problem is what goes wrong. So it's either a challenge or an obstacle, something that happens wrong in our story. And the solution is how the problem is fixed or solved. Okay, and so here we have an example. So in the problem here is Sam hit his head and got a big bump. Well, the solution was he got an ice pack and put it on his head. And it tells us at the end, the problem and the solution must fit together. So your solution has to match whatever your problem is. So if our problem here is Sam hit his head and got a big bump, the solution couldn't be that he bought a blue shirt to go with his blue shorts. That doesn't go together. It doesn't have anything to do with the problem. The solution has to fix the problem. Okay, so we're going to do some practice work on the board behind me, and then I'm going to tell you what your assignment is in class today. So let me kind of circle around here and get this propped up. Oh goodness, I don't have anything to prop this up on. I never have what I need, boys and girls. Let's see if I can get this right. Let's see. Oh, I think that might work. Okay, so I'm going to put that there and do some talking, and then I'll turn it back around when I'm done. Okay, so I've got to come up with a problem. Let's see. I could have the problem is I lost one of my tennis shoes. Okay. Okay, that could be the problem. I woke up this morning and I can't find my shoe. I've got one shoe, but I don't have the other one. And so I have a problem. I have lost my shoe, okay? Now, there are possible solutions. I'm going to come up with two solutions that I could have to this problem, okay? One solution could be that I look all over my house for the shoe. Okay, the other possible solution, and the solution which would cost more money and take more time, would be that I could buy a brand new pair of shoes. Okay. All right, both of these solutions would help this problem, right? If I look all over to find my shoe, would that help solve that? If I find my shoe at the house, then I would have two shoes. So that would solve it. And if I bought a brand new pair, so if I had two new shoes, then that would also solve this problem. So both of these possible solutions would help fix this. So these are okay to work with. Now I need to figure out what is my one solution. What's going to be the one thing that I'm going to do. So these are possible things that could happen. My solution is it's going to be something totally different. Charlie brings me my shoe when I ask. So I yell out, "Hey kids, have you seen my shoe?" And before I can even look or before I can buy a pair, Charlie has brought me that shoe that I couldn't find. So I could have looked for it, I could have bought a new pair, but the solution to the problem was that Charlie finds my shoe and she brings it to me. Okay, so that's what problem and solution are. A problem is something that's wrong. Like in my case, I had lost my shoe, and the solution is how the problem is made better. In this situation, Charlie has brought me my shoe, and so now I can go somewhere. Okay, so in your story that you read, The Creature Constitution, there was a problem. And so you are going to need to copy this, I've got to flip through all my different screens, find the right one. You are going to need to write on your paper problem, and you could do it the way I did it too if you want, but you're going to need to write problem, and then you're going to need to write possible solutions and come up with 2, and then tell me what the real solution was for the problem. Okay, and it might be better if you just write it like I did. So problem, what's the problem in creature constitution? What are 2 possible solutions to fix the problem? And then what was the solution? What really fixed the problem? So that is your assignment today in reading group. In reading group, you are supposed to tell me about problem and solution, okay? And you will need to look back. You might need to look back in your book. You may remember, but if you don't, you can look back in the story to help you, okay? So once you've finished with that, I want you to submit your work so that I can see if you understand problem and solution. If you have trouble with that, you can let me know that on your paper too. Like, I could find the problem and the possible solutions, but I really couldn't figure out how it was solved. In some situations, the possible solutions could be one of the actual solutions, okay? But I did it differently so you could see that that is also an option, the harder option, but it is one, okay? So when you finish, submit it to me. Thanks, boys and girls.